Hello, today we've come to Canons Ashby.
Yes, Canons Ashby is 11 miles south of Daventry and a Tudor manor house built in about 1550. Really looking forward to this store.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to the gardens as well.
Me too.
Canons Ashby House is predominantly an Elizabethan manor house which has been modified over the centuries. It has been owned by the National Trust since 1981, when the house was close to collapse and the gardens had turned into a meadow. The tower of the building is in the care of the Landmark Trust and is available for holiday lets.
The house was built by the Dryden family in the 16th century using stone from the ruins of the medieval priory. It was handed to the National Trust in 1981. By that time, the house and gardens were fairly derelict. The name Canons Ashby is derived from the Canons, who founded the Augustinian Priory in the 12th century, and Ashby being a farmstead.
The interior of Canons Ashby House is noted for its Elizabethan wall paintings and its Jacobean plasterwork. It has remained essentially unchanged since 1710 and is presented as it was during the time of Sir Henry Dryden, a Victorian with an interest in antiques and history who lived here between 1837 and 1899.
The painted parlour features trick-of-the-eye decoration, created in the early 1700s. All is not as it seems. Elizabeth Creed painted the room in her 70s, and the marble plasters are her creation.
The drawing room features an impressive fireplace and decorative 17th century domed ceiling.
Sir Henry named the best guest bedroom after the Elizabethan poet Edmund Spenser, a frequent visitor to the house. Sir Henry would not have been aware of the extraordinary Elizabethan wall paintings discovered beneath the 18th century panelling by the Trust during repair work in the 1980s. The story is that the scene in one of the paintings includes an image of a lion, but the artist had only ever heard of a lion and never seen one. The result is for all to see.
The cook's wage was £20 per year, but included food and lodgings. However, she would only be allowed one afternoon off per month.
When the National Trust took over the house in the 1980s, the walls in the servants' hall were painted yellow. After careful removal, the crests we see today were revealed. A curiosity of the house is that it has no bathrooms, and water was carried up by the servants when required for washing.
The formal terrace garden was created in 1710, but had fallen into wilderness during the 20th century. The garden was recently reconstructed based on the plans drawn up in the late 1800s by Sir Henry Dryden. There are a range of family and garden events throughout the year, including tours with the head gardener and outdoor theatre. I hope you've enjoyed our trip today.
It's been lovely, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, the house was really nice inside, isn't it?
It was, yes.
Yeah, fascinating. I love the garden.
I do. It's nice now because the sun's trying to come out.
Yeah, well, thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.